everyone, it's Lisa from My Dreaming Soap. Welcome to my channel and thanks for dropping by. Now for today's soap we're doing another sort of scenic type scope, what we call a landscape soap. And this was a design that I had in mind and I've had in my mind for quite a long time, and I've sort of planned it out and drawn it a number of times, and it's always been a little bit fiddly, and so I've never really got round to doing it. So just recently I thought, do you know what, I'm actually going to do this soap. Now overall it's not a massively complicated soap, it's not got a lot of stuff in it. It's going to be sort of a Savannah type scene with, it's quite a common picture. If you sort of do an internet search for like a tree in the Savannah or something, you come up with these like single trees with the big wide branches and the sparse leaves all around the top, and that's the thing that I'm trying to do in this soap. And obviously the tricky bit was to get the thin tree going all the way through the soap with the thin branches and the leaves at the top. So that's what my plan is today. So come on, let's go and make some soap. Now today my soap is going to be a sort of Savannah scene. I don't know if you've seen the images of the tree in the foreground with sort of a sunset in the background. That's what I'm aiming to achieve. So colours that I'm using, I'm only using a few colours. I'm using some activated charcoal to make my tree because it's going to be sort of in darkness. And then for my foreground, I'm going to be using some activated charcoal as well. And then I'm bringing in some neon orange, but I'm going to not use very much of it because I don't want a really bright orange around my sunset. And then some purple, just because quite a few of the images that I've searched on the internet, they seem to sort of have a purpley sort of grey background. So I'm going for a purple with mine. So Purple Heart from You Make It Up. Now the fragrance oil I'm using is cypress and fennel fragrance oil. Now I know that may seem a little bit weird, but you do actually get cypress trees in the Savannah as well. So I thought that would actually go quite nicely, and it's a nice fragrance oil and it behaves well as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've got my soap mould and I'm going to make my first layer, which is going to be the base, so the foreground essentially of my scene. So let's go and whip up some soap. So this first layer is just going to be a black layer, so I've already put my dispersed activated charcoal straight into my oil. And let's just get this blended up. I am going to add my fragrance oil into here and just give it a little blend because it's a nice well-behaved fragrance oil and just got a single simple pour. Right, so let's get that poured into our mould, just simply straight in, and then I'm going to shape it once it's set up a little bit. I'm not using a scraper or anything, I'm just literally going to shape it with a spatula or something. So I'll just leave that to set up and then I'll come back when that's done. Okay, so it looks like our first layer's pretty well set up. So I'm not going to do much to it because I kind of do want it pretty flat. So I'm just going to sort of texture it just a little bit, just so it isn't a completely flat layer. Okay, so hardly moving it around at all, but just enough to give a little bit of difference here and there. So I've just made up the next layer soap. I just used the same jug and everything because all I was doing was doing the same again with slightly less oils and lye. And this time I've just put a very tiny amount of activated charcoal in just to get me a nice grey colour. I didn't feel any need to use a different mica, like a silver mica or anything, or a grey mica. Certainly you could, but obviously you can just get a grey colour from activated charcoal. So let's go and pop this layer in. Okay, and once again, let's leave that to set up a little bit and then we'll come back and do our next bit. I am going to have a small sun in my scene, so there's lots of ways you can make suns and moons, and I'm sure you've seen people do them. You can do one of those pipe moulds, and again, I've done those, and I'll link to some videos where I've done them in the past. You can extrude them. I just want quite a small little sun, so all I've done is grabbed some fairly pale yellow soap dough, and I could extrude this. To be honest, I can't be bothered to get my extruder out just for one little extrusion and wash it all up and everything. So I'm just going to roll it out. Now, for you to roll it out and get it nice and consistent, because it can be a bit wibbly wobbly all the way through, you just want to roll it with something flat. So get it to the sort of basic shape and size that you want. Then grab something nice and flat, like a table mat, that sort of thing. Okay, so I've just got these acrylic table mats, and if you just press with those, it will then just even out any lumps and bumps for you and get your shape nice and even. Okay, and then that will just go through, and I'm just going to carry on and get that to the right length that I want, and that will make my sun embed. Okay, so once again, I'm just going to texture these grey bits. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of things going on now. I need to get my tree in and my sun embed, and then I need to get the sort of sunset poured around the tree. So I'm probably not going to talk my way through. I'm probably just going to set it to some music or something, put some little titles up of what I'm actually doing. I still think my orange I've made is a little bit bright, so I've just dropped in some of my activated charcoal to take that down a bit. Okay, so I've got some orange, which is going to be the sort of beams of my sunset. I've got a big jug of purple to be my purple sky behind it, and then I've got some black to give me the leaves in the tree. Can you see how that black, it's funny isn't it, because it almost made it look lighter even though I added the black in. It just took some of the neon edge off of it. Okay, so I'm going to do this as a combination of pouring and squeeze bottles and all sorts of things. Here's my little tree embed that I've made, so I've got to get that in, and then I've got to make sure I can get everything around it. So first things first, I'm gonna get some squeeze bottles filled.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire.
Okay, so here we are the next day, and here's our soap out of the mould. Now, I'm a little bit sort of concerned about the inside. I think I might have some air holes because I did get my batter quite thick and trying to get in between the trees and everything. The other thing was I felt my proportions of the purple to the orange were a bit off. When I worked it all out, it looked like a good percentage, but I actually had, I think, quite a bit too much orange. So I've got more sort of sunset area than sort of background sky. But I'm hoping that's going to sort of work out okay. But shall we cut it and have a look? Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh, actually that's come out okay, I think. I do have a few little holes in it. So this bit's all right actually, but can you see this side? I've got a couple of little holes, so I will be able to patch those quite easily. Okay, so I think those have come out all right. I would have liked sort of slightly less of the orange, I think, in there, but I think generally overall they're okay. Let's get some more. Just as we're getting to the end of this video, I would like to mention the new I Dream in Soap Patreon account. I've had lots of people ask me over the months and months to set up a Patreon account, and that's really lovely of you to think about supporting me in this way. So if you'd like to join my Patreon account, why not look in the description box below and you'll see a link and some details about the account. There's a few different tiers giving you various different membership benefits with different things that you can get on the different levels that you would potentially want to join. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you like the soap. If you have, it would be great if you gave me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see what I'm doing in the future, then why not subscribe to my channel? Thanks for watching, everyone. I do really appreciate it. Happy soaping!